Hey everybody, welcome back to another online lesson at Wail with Shannah Rae. So to tell you, if you're joining us for the first time ever here, several of the students that are in my Wail community have agreed to jump on and do some one-to-one coaching today so that you guys can see what we do inside the studio. And so without further ado, I'm gonna bring my Wailer Nancy onto the stage. Hey Nancy.
Hi, Shannah.
So thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for asking.
Of course, and I love that we see a guitar in the hand, so I'm very excited. I know what we're doing today. I'm gonna let you tell them here in a second, but I know what we're doing today, so I'm excited about that. So before we get started, just tell everybody a little bit about kind of your, how you're coming to the vocal training and Wail, because people come, you know, I've got actors, I've got hobbyists, I've got teachers, so tell me a little bit about your vocal journey, or tell everybody else, because I know it. So tell everybody else a little bit about your vocal journey.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm 57, so I'm no spring chicken. I heard about you through Rebecca Lowry, who's an accompanist in the DFW.
Yay, Rebecca. We love Rebecca.
Part-time New Yorker too. And I studied opera like you, Shannah. I have a master's in head voice. And so I wanted
to steal that. I have a master's in head voice.
But I realized that there are way more opportunities in musical theater and commercial types of singing. And so I just needed to make an adjustment. And that's when I started searching and found you.
Oh, well, I'm just so glad you're a part of the community. Well, and I love working with you. So let's do that. Let's get right to it. So tell the folks what we're doing today.
Well, I want to try All My Trials by, Peter, Paul, and Mary made it famous, but I think it's a traditional folk song or pseudo-traditional folk song.
Yeah, and so before you start, I do want to tell everybody here, we actually had a quick conversation before we started. You know, when people hear pop rock, people will immediately think that means like, oh, we're talking Beyonce, we're talking about, no, pop rock is popular styles. So what I tell singers, like if you're interested in wailing with us, that I think of pop as if it was ever on the radio, it's a pop style. It just, because pop means popular. So folk music absolutely fits within the realm of pop rock, even though our minds might not necessarily think that. So yeah, so I'm glad you brought some folk, and we're going to play around with that today. So let's do it.
Okay.
Before we get started, anything you want me to listen specifically for?
Besides the guitar being in or out of tune, just listen and see if I'm like negotiating the break.
Okay.
All music basically lies in a soprano's break. So
okay, great. Yep, I will do that.
All right, here we go. Was given to me, and every page spoke liberty. All my life I mean, I'm a beginner guitarist. Just
hey, listen, I kudos to you, because let me I just want to brag on Nancy for a second. I have come into lessons where Nancy's on a keyboard. I've come into lessons where Nancy's on an accordion. I've come into lessons where Nancy's on a guitar, and it is like whatever. But to me, no, it is. That is admirable, because you never. I mean, one of the things I admire the most about you, Nancy, is that it's like, I'm going to grow. I'm going to figure out how to do this. I'm going to figure out how to do this. I'm going to learn how to do this, because you understand that that expands opportunities. And I think it is one of your biggest assets. And so, kudos to you for that. Great. So let's do this as we work through it now. Do me a favor and just when we're singing, just give me that one down strum. It sounds great in the strum. It's just competing with you a little bit vocally. So just keep your key. Just give me a down strum so I can hear you. So what I would say is, let me hear just the first two phrases, and we're just going to play with the folk style a little bit. Now, here's the thing about, for everybody watching, with folk, it really is, it's music of the people. So it's not like there's a right or wrong here. There's not anything that I'm going to, so there's no wrong way to do it. So what we want to get to is where it feels, what I would say is what I want to aim at for you is where it just feels conversationally easy. Like this is some song that was written one night after dinner on the front porch.
Right.
Yeah. So let's do it again on just give me the first couple on and just the down strum so you can set the key so I can hear your voice a little more.
All my trials, Lord.
Great. So as an exercise, and we're playing with a tool. And also what I will say to people watching, sometimes I will make sure my wailers know I'm playing with a tool right now that is not a right or wrong tool. It is here's an option tool. Okay. So what I want to play with is a potential option of straight toning this if you want to. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I want you to think, it's going to feel silly, but can you sing this as though you were a robot? All my trials, Lord. Or I use the robot analogy, and sometimes, or if this one helps more, I think of like the kid at the 3rd grade Christmas program who doesn't really want to be singing there, or does and wants to make sure that mom hears him. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Okay. So whichever one of those analogies feels the best.
Okay.
So give me one of those two, and we're going to try to make it as straight as we can, just as an option.
All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Good. Do it again. I mean, it's hard to break. It wants to sneak in, right? So do it on. So we're gonna keep playing. Do it on think of it as a truck backing up. Beep beep beep. So you're gonna give me so we go beep beep. I actually want you to take it up the octave to feel the straight. So give me beep, 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 beep.
Whew. Beep, 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 beep.
There you go.
Beep, 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 beep.
There you go. So now take that down the octave. Beep, 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 beep.
Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep.
Good. And then the final thing that assists with maintaining straight tone, especially, I think sometimes it's harder to maintain it on like what we consider thin vocal folds. On the lighter thing, it's hard. I think it's harder to maintain than if it's like some like big collie belt. So I want you to think all the way through the end of the phrase and then exhale off of the end, because a lot of times our vibrato will come at the end of the phrase, and because it's creating a sense, it's an ease. And one of the reasons that we use straight tone as a tool is that straight tone creates a tension, and I don't mean like a grippy vocal tension. I mean like an emotional tension. And then whereas vibrato creates ease. So that's what I'm saying. I think probably in this, leaving the vibrato in is great. I'm just playing with this as an option for you. So can you, now I want you to exhale at the end of the beep. So you're going to go beep, 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 beep. Okay, try that.
Yeah, got it. beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, so it gives you the release that the vibrato was giving. Because I think that when we're used to doing that, and I am too, what the voice is used to feeling is the relaxation at the end. And so what I have noticed is like, oh, if I sub that relaxation somehow through an exhale, then the voice is still getting the relaxation it wanted, but I'm able to maintain the straight. And then the relaxation isn't coming through the vibrato, it's coming through the exhale.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of just something I stumbled upon by playing. So try it again for me. So now let's put the words on it now and give me like, all my trials, Lord.
Yeah. Okay. Ah, my trials, Lord.
Yeah. So better. You caught it. You caught it that first time. Yeah. Do it again. I know it feels so strange, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially my voice, my just natural voice has vibrato, and I know some people's natural voice is straight.
Yeah, and so that, and I'm glad you noticed, because the people who have like the home base is straight. Yeah, the vibrato is like, what? Well, how do we do this? And the same thing, like taking it out. So it's hard no matter which way you're coming to it. So it's gonna feel. I would say it's not going to feel pleasing. It's not going to feel satisfying.
Okay.
That's the main thing. Is it's going to straight tone is not vibrato feels satisfying. It does to me too. Straight tone is probably not going to feel satisfying on this on a lighter thing. Straight tone feels satisfying if you're belting Bon Jovi, but it doesn't feel as satisfying on folk. So it's sort of like having the knowledge of accepting like this is not going to feel satisfying and leaning into that. So try that again and just know it's not going to feel satisfying to you as a singer. All my trials, Lord, is going to feel as boring as the day is long. Matter of fact, if you can think I'm bored out of my mind with this, it probably assist it too.
Yeah. All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Yeah, Nancy! Did you feel that last one?
Yeah.
Last over. So question. Am I correct in that it feels completely unsatisfying?
Yeah, but also like I would use the word tenuous because it's like walking like a very narrow thread.
Yeah. No, that's good. So let's apply. I want you to do that. I want you to apply what I just did with Lauren in the last one. So something that I have found anecdotally, I don't have science behind this. I had just found anecdotally, if the voice finds something, if you can do it 3 times in a row, usually the muscle memory picks it up. Now it does have to be 3 times in a row. So if it's like once and then the second time it doesn't quite get it, then you go back to the 1. But once it's done it like 3 times, the muscle memory kind of goes, oh, I get what you're trying to get me to do here. And it kind of tends to lock in. So I usually like try 1, 2, and 3. I say that the 1, 2, and 3 don't have to. If they're there 1, 2, and 3 and they're locked in, then they're really locked in. But to get to the technique, sometimes it'll get there comfortably by the 3rd time. So like let the first one and the second one be like data, and usually by the 3rd one it's there. So let's do it 3 times in a row based off of what you just found. Just that all my trials, those first 2 phrases, and keep applying that whole tenuous, like lean on that unsatisfying sensation of the straight tone, and see where we are by the 3rd time through. Just loop it. I'm not going to stop you. I just want you to loop it.
Okay. All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Good. Take the data and do it again.
All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Good. Take the data and do it one more time.
All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Awesome. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to apply what we call negative practice to that, and not negative as in bad, but negative as in I want you to do one that's like totally back to like if you were to throw in the most vibrato you could, And I want you to do that one and then come back to the one that you just did so that there's so that the muscles can grab onto a distinct sensory difference.
Okay. All right.
So give me the one that's like full on vibrato.
All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Then I go the complete other way that we just did. And now give me the unsatisfying bored one.
All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Good. So if you had to explain the shift between those two to somebody else, we all have different ways that we feel it. So sometimes my analogies are not, sometimes somebody else feels it a different way that's really helpful to everybody else. So if you had to explain that to somebody else, what shifted the most for you between those two, what you felt, how would you explain it?
The first one is just pure nature for this person.
Okay.
So I would that's the only way I can describe it. That's my MO.
Okay.
But
yeah.
the thinking about the kid who's in second grade and is bored singing at a school concert, like that actually is a good image.
Okay. So great. So now I want to combo platter those two things because for the most part, like it's rare that there's a style that doesn't have a little bit of it somewhere in there. Now, depending on this style, it gets placed in different places. Like sometimes it's the middle of the phrase, sometimes it's the end of the phrase. So that kind of depends on this type of music. But what I want you to do is, since it's folk music and it's not like, oh, it has to be this way or another, I want you to do the whole song again this time. And this time I just want you to play with combo plattering what feels natural, normal, and then plugging in that the kid at the Christmas concert. So it can be in the middle, like, all my trials, Lord, soon will be over. It's a lot of thinking and a lot of controlling, but I want you to see if you can think of it like driving a stick shift and like you're just shifting between first gear and second gear and first gear and second gear and first gear and second gear.
Okay.
Just to play. All right. So give me the downstrum and just shift back and forth. So first gear is vibrato, second gear is no vibrato, and just let the music sort of lead you.
All my trials, Lord, soon be over. I had a little book was given to me, and every page spoke liberty. All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Oh, I loved that. How did that feel?
Well, definitely it helped to be able to have the freedom to, like, in case my voice didn't cooperate.
Yeah. But I mean, it was compelling for me. I mean, I was drawn in. How did it feel different? Did it to you? Did it was there any how was your experience different that time through, or did it land on you differently? It may not have, and that's okay, but I'm curious.
I mean, it just felt like I was exercising more sensitivity to the actual text. So
Okay, great.
yeah.
So in keeping with our 3 times is a charm, that first time it was, let me think about controlling it. I want you to do it 2 more times. This next time, I think you'll find even more that the natural, like the text will start informing the first gear, second gear. And then by the 3rd time, I think you'll find that it really is informing the first gear, second gear. So let's do it 2 more times, and then give yourself permission to really explore, and even sometimes in the middle of a phrase, it can, all I mean, you can let it straight into a spin. So like, or oh, you can spin into a straight. There's tons of options that you can play with. Okay. So let's do it second time, and yeah, give yourself, take the data from the last time and what you felt and build on that.
Okay. All my trials, Lord, soon be over. I had a little book was given to me, and every page spoke liberty. Oh, my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Yeah. Okay. I want one more. And this is just after dinner on the front porch. The crickets are chirping, the sun is going down. It's been a really beautiful day. And it is the light at the end of the tunnel, and you know you feel it coming, and you're gonna sing a song about it.
All my trials, Lord, soon be over. I had a little book was given to me. Oops. Sorry.
That's okay.
I had a little book was given to me, and every page spoke liberty. All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
That was really nice. How'd that feel?
Good.
Yeah. So it's like it just gives you, I was telling people in the last one, like my goal always is to just give you more paint colors on the palette that you can pull from and make that picture whatever color that you want to make it. And like it was just absolutely beautiful, Nancy. It really was. So
Thank you. Thank you so much for all your help, Shannah. It's really fun.
oh, well, this is, I mean, like I do consider myself to be one of the lucky people in the world because I wake up every day and do exactly what I want to be doing. So it's a good life. And when I have clients that will come and jump in and play just like you will, I mean, I cannot complain. So thank you. Thank you, everybody who's watching. And Nancy, I'll see you in your next lesson.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye.